What's up, YouTube? This might be my entry for Brothers Keepers 111 3000 sub contest. But I don't have an EDC. I don't have a permit to carry. The only weapon I had that I could have carried really, outside in a holster would be my Ruger, and it's no longer with me. So, but I figured I'd just talk. I took my grandpa to the doctor today. He had his foot was bothering him kind of. I'm talking. He had fucking. They figure it's pretty much his toenails because he needed to cut his toenails, and I'm talking about they were fucking toenails like you ain't never seen. Anyway, but we just wanted to make sure he didn't have any circulation problems or anything like that, And he had a wart kind of growing on the knuckle of his toe next to his big toe. Called the index toe, pointer toe, whatever you want to call it. But so he let me start. A while back, a little bit over a year ago, I guess, maybe almost a year and a half, he had a problem with his arm. It kept going numb. So we brought him to the doctor to see what was going on, and they did some damn x-rays, and they looked and said he had a bleed in his brain. So that freaked us out. So we rushed him to the hospital in Baton Rouge, and brought him, to a specialist. And they said it wasn't a bleed in his brain; it was a pinched nerve in his neck. Now, how you get those two confused, I don't fucking know. But we're never going back to that damn doctor's office again. Just say, all right. And after all that commotion with him getting rushed to Baton Rouge and all that, he vowed that he was never going to tell anybody when something was bothering him again. He was just aggravated, Well, about a year later, he fell, and he cut his hand open. Well, I came in from school, and I look at Pawpaw. He's sitting there at the table, and he's got a rag, and he's he's holding it on himself, and there's blood all over him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I said, what'd you do, Pawpaw? He said, oh, I fell, but it ain't nothing. It's just a scratch. Now, keep in mind, it cut him from here all the way down yonder. Like 8 or 9 stitches that he wound up getting. Well, he said, well, it's just a scratch. I ain't worried about it. Mama got home. He still wasn't worried about it. So, alright, well, he ran up to, we got some family that lives over that way. He ran over there and showed them what was going on just to visit with them, Well, next thing you know, they're calling other people, and everybody's worried about Pawpaw and this and that. And we wound up bringing him to my cousin, who was a nurse practitioner. And then he said if it was him, he would stitch it up. But he didn't have stitches, stuff at the house to do that. But he said if it was him, if he would stitch it up. But, he said it's whatever. Pawpaw said, well, I don't need no, I'm just a scratch. I've lived like stuff like this my whole life. Alright, about 30 minutes later, hey, you think I should go to the doctor? Alright, let's go. So Mama brought him to the doctor. And after that, he vowed again never to tell anybody when something was bothering him. So we go to the doctor today, and doctor says his foot's fine, everything's okay. His toenails need cutting like something terrible, so doctor cut his toenails for him, because, he's got fucking toenails like crazy. You gotta have fucking special shit to cut them mugs, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so he takes care of his toenails for him, and he noticed that he had, the little wart growing. He said, we're gonna burn that off. We're gonna zap it. I said, okay. I had done told him the story, about how it's hard to get a straight answer out of him. He doesn't complain. You don't know if it's really hurting him or not, because he just keeps it to himself. He's a tough man. And they were joking with me. I know the girl that works there. They're actually the same place that took care of my finger. You can see what I did to it. But that's been about a year ago. A little bit over a year ago, actually. And I was telling them, you know, what was going on. I had the same nurse and everything, you know, little small doctor's office, and they pulled out the machine, they plugged it up, and said, "Pawpaw, they gonna zap that little thing on your toe." And he didn't really know what the hell I was talking about. And I've never seen it done before, you know, but they were joking with me. It was like, well, I was like, y'all gonna deaden his toe up or something? She's like, no. I was like, okay. He's like, we're just gonna zap it, and it's gonna be done. I was like, all right. And they looked at me and said, well, he probably ain't gonna want to come back though, because I done told him, you know, he vowed all these times never to go back to the doctor. And so they zapped it, you know, and he's fine now. He's inside chilling. I was like, does it hurt, Papa? He said, no, it don't hurt. So, but I mean, just an interesting day. Interesting. Actually, he's got a touch of Alzheimer's, and I went outside to smoke a cigarette while he was in the waiting room. I was gone for like 2 seconds, and they called him back. And I was like, oh shit. So I look in there in the window, he ain't there no more. So I was like, oh shit. Put the cigarette out and went back in there. I was like, you know, in that time, they asked him what he was there for, you know. He told them his damn head was hurting. I was like, well, she said, why is he here? I said, his foot. She said, well, he said his head was hurting. I said, no, it's not. I said, Pawpaw, does your head hurt? He said, no. I said, okay. So we got his foot looked at and everything, you know. But yeah, that's my entry into Brothers Keepers 1.